For the next 7 days, I stopped using 10 websites I normally rely on and replaced them with AI. No Google search, no Grammarly, and even some of my usual productivity tools were gone. Some AI replacements saved me a surprising amount of time, while others were complete failures. So can AI actually replace the websites we use every day? I tested it to find out. For this experiment, I picked 10 websites and apps that millions of people use for searching, writing, design, presentations, research, and everyday productivity. The rule was simple. For 7 days, whenever I needed one of these services, I had to use an AI alternative instead. I judged every replacement on 3 things: speed, quality, and ease of use. At the end, I'll show you which AI tools I would actually keep using and which ones completely failed to replace the original. The first website I replaced was Google Search, and my AI alternative was Perplexity. Normally, researching even a simple topic means opening multiple tabs, reading different articles, and comparing information. With Perplexity, I could ask one detailed question and get a structured answer with links to the sources. During the challenge, this worked surprisingly well for quick research and comparing information. But for finding specific websites, images, or local results, I still preferred traditional search. So, did AI completely replace Google for me? Not really. But for research-heavy questions, it was often faster. My final replacement score, 8 out of 10. Next, I replaced Grammarly with Claude. Instead of simply fixing spelling and grammar mistakes, I gave Claude complete paragraphs and asked it to improve clarity, tone, and structure without changing the original meaning. The results were impressive. For emails, scripts, and longer pieces of writing, Claude often gave me more natural suggestions and explained why certain changes improved the text. But Grammarly was still faster for quick corrections while typing. Opening an AI chatbot and entering a prompt every time was not always convenient. So for serious rewriting, I would choose Claude. But for instant grammar checks, Grammarly is still easier. My replacement score, 7. Next, I replaced PowerPoint with Gamma. Usually, creating a presentation means choosing a template, writing the content, finding images, and arranging every slide manually. With Gamma, I entered a simple topic and the AI created the structure, text, visuals, and complete presentation in minutes. For quick projects and first drafts, this saved me a huge amount of time. The presentation looked clean and professional without much manual work. But when I wanted complete control over every small design detail, traditional presentation software was still better. For speed, Gamma was one of the strongest replacements in this challenge. My replacement score. Next, I tried replacing Canva with Adobe Firefly. Instead of searching through templates and manually creating every visual, I used simple text prompts to generate images, backgrounds, and design elements. For custom visuals, Firefly was surprisingly useful. I could describe the style and subject I wanted, generate different options, and make quick changes without starting from scratch. But it couldn't fully replace Canva. Canva was still much easier for combining text, images, layouts, and complete social media designs in one place. So Firefly worked well as an AI creative assistant, but not as a complete Canva replacement. My replacement score, 7 out of 10. For speed, Gamma was one of the strongest replacements in this challenge. Next, I replaced Google Translate with DeepL. I tested it with emails, short paragraphs, and more natural conversational sentences instead of simple individual words. What impressed me most was how natural the translations sounded. In many cases, the result felt less literal and more like something a real person would actually write. DeepL also let me adjust words and choose alternative phrases, which was useful when the first translation didn't match the tone I wanted. But Google Translate was still more convenient for quick translations and broader language support. For professional writing and natural-sounding translations, though, DeepL became my preferred option. My replacement score, 8 out of 10. Next, I replaced Notion with Taskade AI. I used it to organize tasks, create project plans, and turn simple ideas into structured workflows. Instead of building everything manually, I could describe what I wanted to accomplish, and the AI generated tasks, steps, and an organized plan within seconds. For quick planning, this was genuinely useful. It removed the blank page problem and gave me a clear starting point immediately. But for building a detailed personal knowledge system or highly customized workspace, Notion still offered more flexibility. Taskade felt faster and more AI-focused, while Notion remained better for deep customization. My replacement score, 8 out of 10. Next, I replaced Excel with Julius AI. Instead of manually working through formulas, charts, and large tables, I uploaded a spreadsheet and asked questions in plain English. Julius analyzed the data, created visualizations, and explained the results without requiring complicated formulas. For someone who isn't an Excel expert, this can save a lot of time. I could quickly find trends and understand the data without learning advanced spreadsheet functions. But for complex financial models and highly customized spreadsheets, Excel was still more powerful and flexible. For quick data analysis, Julius AI was one of the most impressive tools in this experiment. My replacement score, 8.5 out of 10. At number 3, I replaced my normal email workflow with Shortwave AI. Instead of manually reading long email threads, organizing messages, and writing every reply from scratch, I used AI to summarize conversations and help draft responses. The biggest advantage was speed. A long email thread could be turned into a short summary, and I could quickly understand what needed my attention. AI-generated replies were also useful as a starting point, especially for professional emails. But I still had to review them carefully because the tone wasn't always exactly how I wanted it. For managing a busy inbox, Shortwave AI can save serious time. But I wouldn't send every AI-generated reply without checking it first. My replacement score, 8 out of 10. At number 2, I tried replacing Photoshop with Luminar Neo. I wanted to see if AI could handle everyday photo editing without complicated layers, masks, or manual adjustments. I tested automatic enhancements, background removal, object removal, and lighting improvements. Most of these tasks took only a few clicks, and the results were surprisingly good. For someone who just wants better-looking photos quickly, Luminar Neo was much easier to use than learning professional editing software. But for advanced design work, detailed retouching, and complete creative control, Photoshop was still impossible to fully replace. So, AI made photo editing much faster, but it didn't replace professional editing completely. And finally, at number 1, I replaced my traditional research workflow with GenSpark. Normally, researching a topic means opening multiple websites, comparing information, taking notes, and organizing everything manually. With GenSpark, I gave the AI a topic and let it collect, organize, and present the information in one place. What surprised me was how much time this saved during deeper research. Instead of jumping between tabs, I could start with an organized overview and then verify the important details from the original sources. It wasn't perfect, and I still wouldn't trust any AI research tool without checking critical information. But as a starting point for research, it was one of the biggest time savers in this experiment. My replacement score, 9 out of 10. After 7 days of replacing my everyday websites with AI, here's my final verdict. AI didn't completely replace every tool I use, but it changed the way I work. Perplexity and GenSpark made research much faster. Gamma saved the most time when creating presentations. Julius AI made data analysis surprisingly simple, and tools like Claude and DeepL were excellent for writing and translation. But traditional tools still won when I needed complete control, advanced features, or quick access without writing prompts. So would I replace all my favorite websites with AI permanently? No. but I would definitely use AI alongside them because the right AI tool can turn an hour of work into just a few minutes. Which AI replacement would you actually use? Tell me in the comments.